Grammar is the systematic study and description of a language. Can also be defined as a set of rules and examples dealing with the syntax and word structures of a language. And that's the reason why today we are going to have our lesson number 5. The name, nouns, which is the part 2, and we are going to study about countable and uncountable nouns plus quantifiers. So now we are going to see what are countable nouns and we are going to see what are uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are individual people, animals, places, things, or ideas which can be counted. Here we have some examples about countable nouns. Your book is on the kitchen table. How many candles are on that birthday cake? You have several paintings to study in art appreciation class. Now let's look at the following table. Countable nouns can be singular or plural. In the case of the singular, we say the determiner a plus a noun or one plus a noun. In the case of the plural form, we have the noun plus the letter es to make the plural forms. Or in other cases, it's just the noun plus the letter s. Here we have some examples. We add es to most nouns in ending o. Examples: tomato, tomatoes, potato, potatoes. But we just add the letter s to these examples: radio, radios, photo, photos. Some other examples about countable nouns. As we say before, they can be singular or plural. Apple, apples. Pineapple, pineapples. Cucumber, cucumbers. Strawberry, we have a change. In strawberries, we change the letter y for ies. And another example is grape, and grapes, only the letter s. Uncountable nouns can be paired with words expressing plural concept. Using these words, we can make your own writing more specific. Here are some examples of how to format interesting sentences with uncountable nouns. Garbage. There are 9 bags of garbage on the curb. With water, try to drink at least 8 glasses of water each day. With bread, please bite a loaf of bread. We use a or an with singular nouns. A is used when a noun starts with a consonant sound. Example, a dog, a book, etc. An is used when a noun starts with a vowel sound, like for example, an apple, an hour, etc. We use some with countable nouns, only with their plural, and with uncountable nouns. Some is used in positive sentences. Example, I have got some time. Also, we use it with questions, expressions, requests, and offers. Examples, would you like some tea? Can I have some biscuits? We use any with countable nouns only with their plural. And with uncountable nouns, any is used in negative sentences, like for example, I don't have any time. Also in general questions like, do you have any sisters? Look at these extra examples. There is a mango. I have an egg. Both of them are examples of singular countable nouns. There are some apples. I have some eggs are examples of plural countable noun. And finally, there is some sugar and he has some bread are example of uncountable nouns. Countable nouns. Countable nouns refer to items that can be counted, even if the number might be extraordinarily high, like counting all the people in the world. That's just an example. Countable nouns can be used with articles such as a or and the article de, or quantifiers such as a few and many. Uncountable nouns are nouns that come in a state or quantity that is impossible to count. Liquids are uncountable, as are things that act like liquids. Sand and air are other examples. Abstract ideas like creativity or courage are also uncountable. Uncountable nouns are always considered to be singular and can stand alone or be used with some or a little and much. We can't put at, as to an uncountable noun. To refer to a quantity, we use measuring units such as a kilo, a little, or a gram. Now let's have a study about quantifiers. What are quantifiers? A quantifier is a word or phrase which is used before a noun to indicate the amount or quantity. Some, many, a lot of, and a few are examples of quantifiers. Look at these examples. There are some books on the desk. He has only a few dollars. There is a large quantity of fish in the river. Much, many, a lot, few, a little. Let's start. We use much and many mostly in questions and negative. Much is used with uncountable nouns and many is used with countable plural nouns. Example, is there much rice left? Does he have many books? Please note, we often use much and many in affirmative sentences after to, as, so, and very. Example, take as much milk as you want. I have so many activities to do today. We enjoy the party very much. In affirmative sentences, we normally use a lot, lots, and plenty, not much, and many. We use a lot or a lot of, lots of, and plenty before uncountable nouns and plural nouns. Here we have some examples. We have a lot of milk, not we have much milk. He has a lot of or plenty of books, not normally he has many books. A few, a little or little. Little and few without a are more negative idea. Little means not much or almost no. Few means not many or almost no. Here we have examples. There is little work to do. Almost no work to do. The exam is extremely difficult and few students passed it. Almost no students. We use a little to express positive idea with uncountable nouns. It means a small amount but some. Example, there is still a little work to do. We use a few to express positive idea with plural nouns. It means a small number but some. Examples, a few students passed it because the exam is extremely difficult. Now let's talk about some and any. Some is used in affirmative sentences. Example, there are some letters for you. Or I have some money. Some is used in questions when we want to encourage people to say yes. For example, in requests and offers. Look at these examples. Can you let me have some paper? Would you like some more tea? Any is used in negative and question form. For example, are there any new stories in your store? Is there any tea in the cupboard? Any is also used after words with negative meaning, such as without, never, seldom, rarely, hardly. Example, I found a taxi without any trouble. You never do any homework, or there are hardly any eggs left. Now let's talk about all, no, and must. We use all with plural count nouns and uncountable nouns. We use all to talk about every person or thing in the word or in the group you are talking about. Examples: all children should complete the primary course. All important decisions were taken by the government. Now let's talk about must. We use must with plural count nouns and uncount nouns. We use most to talk about nearly all of a number of people or things, or nearly all of a quantity of something. Examples: the method was suitable for most purposes, or most good drivers stop at zebra crossings. How do we use no? We use no with singular and plural count nouns and uncount nouns. We use no to say that something does not exist or it is not present. There was no chair for me to sit on. That's an example. Or they had no immediate plans to change house. How do we use how much and how many? When we want to know the quantity or amount of something, we ask questions starting with how much and how many. So, how much is about quantity. How much is used with uncountable nouns. So let's say how much plus an uncountable noun. How much time do we have to finish the test? Is an example. How much money did you spend? That's another example in using how much. But what about how many? Also express quantity. How many is used when we want to know the quantity of something. It is only used with plural countable nouns. The formula how many plus a plural noun. Examples: how many days are there in January? Or how many people work in your company? Well guys, this has been everything for today. I hope you have now a better idea about the use of quantifiers and their relationship with countable and uncountable nouns. Don't forget that next week we will have a new lesson and we are going to be studying the use of adjectives. So guys, for all your attention, thank you very much.